Mark Consuelos makes a crude remark about Kelly Ripa having 1,000 boyfriends before getting married on Live, and Kelly Ripa looks shocked. After Mark Consuelos made a crude remark about how many boyfriends Kelly Ripa had before they got married, Kelly Ripa's mouth dropped. Mark began this Friday's live episode by telling the tale of a couple who were expecting a child. It seems that the wife wanted to give their child the name of an ex-boyfriend. That prompted the 52-year-old Mark to make a crude comment about Kelly. "When we were selecting names for our kids, I knew there were about 1,000 ex-boyfriends out there," he said with a smile. Her spouse then reached over and placed his hand on her upper arm, causing her to laugh uncontrollably. Her husband made sure she understood he was joking around while she giggled. After Mark acknowledged that he and Kelly considered all the biblical names for their first child together, Kelly went on to refer to the woman's decision as a bold statement. Kelly recently talked about receiving an explicit warning before a trip from her daughter Lola. In an episode of her podcast, Let's Talk Off Camera, released on Wednesday, the co-host of Live with Kelly and Mark discussed the exchange in detail. It occurred as she was discussing the beginnings of her marriage to Jeffrey Dean Morgan, 57, a former cast member of The Walking Dead, with her guest, actress Hilary Burton Morgan, 41. Hilary disclosed that the beginning of their romance began when Jeffrey invited her to come visit him in New Mexico. They later welcomed their 2 children, George and Gus. "You need to use caution when traveling far away." Kelly, 53, made a joke about how babies are made. She had previously mentioned that she became pregnant with her youngest son, Joaquin, 20, while on vacation with her 52-year-old partner Mark. Then she remembered that her daughter, who is 22 years old, had warned her not to have any intimacy before a trip. "My daughter is now always telling me not to get pregnant when I go away. She's hilarious. My daughter is very provoking. Yeah, don't worry about it," is my response. "Avoid becoming pregnant. What say you about that?" Kelly made a joke. It was with a laugh that the TV personality said she and Mark never went on vacation without the kids in order to prevent getting pregnant again. In addition, Kelly and Mark, who serves as her live co-host, are parents to 26-year-old Michael. Kelly revealed earlier this week about a serious incident that occurred at home and caused her to become anxious. The former soap opera star talked about losing her wedding ring on Wednesday's episode of Live. All of the studio laughed when Mark asked his wife in jest if the missing ring meant they were on a break. Kelly went on to describe the events that culminated in her jewelry disappearing. "I was moisturizing, I took it off, and then I went to put it back on, and I can't find it," the former student of hope and faith remarked. Kelly declared with great excitement later in the show that the diamond had been found. Following their romantic roles as love interests on the soap opera All My Children, Kelly and Mark got married in May 1996.